Hey everyone, welcome back to Haste Kitchen. Today I'm going to be doing a really simple one tray meal again. With this we're going to be doing my variation of jerk chicken. Firm family favourite anyway. I'm going to be showing you how to do my variation of the rub. With this sort of rub, you're going to leave that to infuse the bird completely. You're going to roast this off for a couple of hours. It's going to be literally falling off the bone. For this sort of thing, it's going to get messy. So sleeves up, and grab yourself a bowl. Now into that, we're going to have various different flavours going on. I'm going to put acidity in this with the lemon and lime. I'm going to put heat through it with some chilli, and I'm going to get my actual flavours from things like cumin and smoked paprika. So first of all, up into your mixing bowl, you're going to take 2 or 3 sprigs of thyme. If you can't get fresh thyme, dry thyme is absolutely fine. Now for sweetness, I'm using a little bit of honey, so I'm putting 3 to 4 tablespoons of honey. Now the reason I'm doing that is a lot of recipes include things like demerara sugar or other sugars. All that's going to do is give you that caramelisation over the top of the chicken. Then finally, into your bowl, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of garlic powder. You can use fresh garlic for that if you want to. I've got 2 teaspoons of cumin powder. I've got a teaspoon of cracked black pepper. Now for that heat element, we've got a teaspoon dried chili flakes. So this is just the seeds themselves. And then finally a teaspoon of coarse sea salt. Now to get that acidity through there, we've got a lime. With a lime and a lemon, first of all, rub it down on the board as hard as you can. You want to soften that up as much as possible. The reason being is you'll get twice as much juice out of that lime. So now it's nice and soft, and you cut that in half. Look how much more you get out of that. 1 lemon, exactly the same again. Roll that backwards and forwards. I'm just going to squeeze that one through your fingers just to get rid of any of those pips. Give that a really good mix up, making sure all those flavours go together. Now for the messy part. With your chicken itself, you're going to take the legs out. I'm just going to pour over our mixture. And get messy. So you really want to rub that into all the different nooks and crannies, all the little crevices down there, until it goes a different colour with the stain of the paprika. Turn it upside down. Again, almost like you're basting it all over. When you slowly cook this, so for instance if you're going to cook it for a couple of hours, you really want to try and every 15 to 20 minutes, just go back into that mix again and just lightly baste it over the top. The chicken itself will release a lot of its own juices, which means the flavour itself will go into your base as well, which means you can baste that back over the top. If there's not enough liquid in that pan, always just add a little bit of butter, olive oil, a little bit of white wine even. So you cover that with a couple of sheets of foil. So that can go into our oven at 230 Celsius for about 1.5 hours to 1.75 hours until the juices run clear. Now just take that out of the oven after about 3/4 of an hour, and you can see that it's starting to get a really nice colour to it as well. Now you want to try and baste as much of that chicken as possible so all the flavours go over the top. You see how dark that liquid's gone now. Now you're going to grab yourself a handful of mini new potatoes, like these, and for the final 40 minutes you're going to just drop them in the tray, along with everything else, and that'll start to caramelise off. Now with the foil off, I can go back in the oven for another 45 minutes. To serve this up, I've just done a little bit of cauliflower and broccoli rice. If you want to know how to make that, click here and go across to my other video. It shows you how to make this beautiful alternative to normal rice. Right, to serve this up, I'm going to use a couple of corn on the cobs. So just roasted off in the oven as well. And the chicken itself, you can see there's got a beautiful char to the top of it. Don't get scared about having a little black bits on there when you think it's burnt. It's just the charring and the caramelisation. And finally, for the new potatoes, I put them onto a small skillet and then finish them off for a further 10 minutes so they're all crispy and charred. How good do they look? Like little mini individual roast potatoes. Then obviously we need to cut this chicken as well, so let's just cut a little slice off this. Just give that a little test. There's a really good heat going through there as well. It really has to sweeten the caramelisation. My kids will be back from the nursery for about 10 minutes. This is going to be the ideal evening dinner for us. So there we go, that's my jerk chicken. Beautifully glazed off and caramelised and all that lovely char going on top with our new potatoes and our cauliflower and broccoli rice. So I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, tell everyone about the channel, comment down below, hashtag me at Haste Kitchen for anything on Instagram and Twitter, as always, and I'll see you next week. Cheers guys, bye bye.